Welcome to day 8. I'm overexcited at the moment. We have new toys. There are trenches with archaeology and stuff in, but we've got new toys. This thing we've just done a test flight for, and it is unbelievable. It goes up and hovers, and it's got a little camera on the bottom, and we've just done, I mean, it looks like we're on the edge of the world. It's just unbelievably brilliant, and if I'm very nice to Adam, he might let me have a go later on. I'm very excited. Like that. Okay, trenches, archaeology, stuff over there. Toys, this way. Out here in the trenches today, we've closed down trench 1 because we want to really focus our efforts here in the earthworks field and crack the back on it today. And part of those efforts is Johnny.
Hello there, hi. I'm Johnny. I'm here to do the GPS survey work. So I'll be using this GPS, which has got RTK corrections, so it gives you instant corrections, eastings, northings and height. And I'll just be taking all the tops of trenches and the various earthworks around the site to locate all the features.
And I don't know if you've been able to see it or hear it, but the quadcopter is flying around, doing its business. It's adding a rather exciting element. It sort of makes you feel like you should wave every time it goes overhead. So we're going to get lots and lots of really great data today for the digital dig team system.
I think it must be a cow. Knee bone. I don't know. It was stuck. It was stuck in here, and this bit was sticking out, and there was this kid the other day, and he said, "Oh, did you find a dinosaur?" So I think he was quite disappointed, and finally it's come out, and it unfortunately broke apart. But still a good find.
So we're in the earthworks field today in trench 11, and I am digging a complex, curious, multi-phased feature that runs along through this ditch slot here. We had this hole full of this black stuff just since been removed. There is more black stuff on the other side of this grey splodge in the middle, which suggests that this splodge cuts into this gully ditch. So we are going to firstly remove the grey gully fill before we can see how far in it cuts, any other relationships, and then we'll remove the rest of the gully fill down to natural. So that is our task for today in this corner of trench 11.
Okay, here in the fines washing area yet again, we're getting some marvellous stuff today, I have to be honest. We looked through some of the bone this morning, and most of it's just animal bone, but then we found this. It looks a little strange. It is made of bone, but it's a knife handle. At least that's what we think it is. We're going to ask a few experts about this, and therefore we've made contact, but we're waiting for the information to come in. It's a beautifully carved little piece, and on the reverse of it is a mark where there would be another implement from the same set within a kind of holster. This is the sort of thing that you might see in the 16th and 17th century. Also, we had a metal detectorist come on site, and he was good enough to go over the spoil heaps for us, where very often in the superficial deposits you'll get little pieces of metal turning up that might otherwise be lost. And indeed, he's come up with a rather nice buckle. We're still waiting to have that dated, and another small piece of metal which is obviously decorative and appears to be the sort of thing you might find on a belt. And also one more item, wait there, and this is really interesting because what we have here, via our friend the metal detectorist who checked the spoil heap, what we think is a curse tablet. It was a practice in the Middle Ages that if you really had a gripe with somebody, you could write your curse on a piece of lead, fold it up and post it somewhere, perhaps in a crack in the wall or who knows where, and that's what we think this is. It's a little rolled up piece of lead sheet, and if the experts got to this, perhaps they could unfold it and read what the curse said. This is all for the future. At the moment it's still a bit of a mystery.
Okay, so down in trenches 8 and 9 today, it's a smart casual day. So I've gone for smart on the top, casual on the bottom. However, none of my DigVentures or other staff actually got the memo. So I'm rocking it alone today, but I'm proud to represent the smart casual fashion scene. Unfortunately, the only problem is that if you actually take the waistcoat off, see, now I've transformed into a fast food manager of a restaurant. But in the trench, we're just carrying on going through the spoil heap. We've taken off a little bit more. We were a bit high yesterday, so we've taken a little bit more off, and I think we're getting to the bottom of the trench here. There's spoil heap from the 1980s, which is really good. So we can potentially think about wrapping up this trench soon. And then in trench 8, we're going down through what we think is the previous excavation, and we're starting to hit what looks a bit more like their backfill. And at the moment we're trying to really look at the relationship between what we think is the modern drain and their backfill to really determine what is happening in that trench.
Right, we're at the top end of trench 10 and I've been excavating what actually looks like a proper post hole this afternoon. It's still going down, so it's tapering to a point at the bottom. And we did actually get a few fragments of wood out of it, which have gone up to the Fines hut to do whatever they do with them up there. So it's quite exciting that I'm not digging a crater this time, I'm digging a post hole.
So we're at the wet sieve area. We went from a couple of days ago, we had no samples at all, or very few. And now all of the ones, everything's coming in from the post holes, the cut and fill, we're 100% sampling them. So we're getting, like this lot over here, that was 6 bags full, all done this morning, from a dark cut in trench 11, and it's looking to be natural burning rather than anything else, and there's lots of bits of pumicy stone.
Okay, it's the end of day 8, we're at the top end of trench 11, and Ben here is just cleaning up the intercutting features we had, and by the looks of it all our hunches were correct, and the gully does carry on underneath the bulk and all the pits were cutting through it.
The information we want to put on it is the site code, which is going to be LA for Leiston Abbey, what trench we're in, so TR9, so say trench 9, and then the context we're going through. So the number is 9002, and you want to put it in a circular bracket or oval to denote that it's a layer.
end of the day.
End of an amazing day.
It's been glorious. Really, really good. And so much work's been taking place as well. I've been so pleased.
How about the handle? That absolutely gorgeous bone handle.
Finds are coming up through. As we push him on down into the trenches, this one in particular, we're starting to see archaeology that's coming through. So removing that topsoil layer, removing the subsoil. Hopefully we'll be getting this feature coming through as well.
And Adam's testing the quadcopter. You know, every so often you hear zzz, and this thing flies overhead, and it's almost like the Google Earth car. You know, I just want to wave at it, but of course that would spoil the shot. So we're really interested to be testing that technology, and can't wait to see the footage that we get out of it.
So we're getting a digital terrain model of that, so we can put all of these trenches into context. So looking really good.
And 5 minutes ago, who wandered onto site? Come with me, come with me.
They'll let anyone on this, they really will.
Stage left.
We're so excited. This is Paul's first time with us, and of course he worked in this area for a long time and knows the pottery well. So allegedly doing a master class for our ventures tomorrow, and then hanging out to talk about archaeology and TV.
Happy days.
What do you think so far?
Wonderful. It's lovely, and the weather's great as well. What more can we ask for?
We're not even paying him to say that.
It's true. It's true. I will do adverts. Weddings, bar mitzvahs, funerals.
Yeah. All right. So tomorrow, master class. It's going to be all go. Can't wait.
Good stuff.